Hello and welcome back to my FC24 Liverpool Career Mode. We are on episode 7 and it is an action-packed episode for you today, so we don't want to waste too much time. However, we will just quickly look at the calendar to see what's in store. We're starting the episode with our penultimate group game in the Europa League against Lask before heading into a very busy December period, which starts with Fulham, Sheffield United and Crystal Palace all in the league before our final group game with Toulouse in the Europa League, and then finishing the episode with that double header, first against Manchester United and then finally against Arsenal, both at home. But first we do of course have that Europa League clash with Lask to decide who takes top spot, as in the European competitions I do believe it comes down to head to head rather than goal difference if teams are level on points. So at the moment I think Lask are just top on alphabetical, as I don't think the game has it programmed in, like how to decide it after head to head. So yeah, whoever wins this game will finish on at least 13 points and the other team will only be able to get a maximum of 13 points. So if both teams do finish on 13 points, it will come down to head, which means the winner of this game will take top spot regardless of what happens in the last game, unless of course we do draw this game. But anyway, let's get to their team, which is Lawal, Andrade, Serais, Maxi, Horvath, Berisha, Usor, Pintor, Jubicic, Jules and Havel as their front line. And their tactical vision is counter-attack, which we've seen plenty of times already. Now onto our team. We don't want to be making too many changes, but there are some changes that we will make just for fitness reasons. So Trent will come off for Bradley. I think we'll put Tsimikas on for Gomez just because he's a bit fatigued, but not too bad. He'll probably feature at some point as a sub. Szoboszlai will take off as he's pretty well fatigued, and then just because they're the kind of the Europa League guys, will put Nunez and Gakpo on in place of Diaz and Jota. And I think because Szoboszlai's fitness is pretty poor, we'll put Clark on the bench and maybe Doak on as well, because Jota is quite a bit more fatigued than the rest of the guys as well. So yeah, still a pretty strong side. Salah, McAllister, Endo, Van Dijk, Alisson, they're all still in there, and then obviously Nunez and Gakpo aren't bad understudies for Jota and Diaz. And we will of course change our kit to the home kit, as there's no reason not to play in red when we're playing a team in white. So yeah, let's get into the game.
Football has the power to enthrall, to captivate, and this occasion appears irresistible. Two magnificent sides intent upon impressing the wider world with a display of technical and tactical brilliance. So much riding on this, and an atmosphere to match the mood. Don't move a muscle, stay with us on EA TV. Good evening on what is, I regret to have to report, a pretty unpleasant night. The rain has been lashing down here. So here is the table, and I was having a chat with some of the away fans ahead of kickoff. They're so buoyed by their performances over the last few games in the group stage. They know they could rubber stamp top spot, Stuart, to press whenever they can. Now, options are plenty. And it's opening up. Might still
standing on occasions. His goal tally is really, really good. He looks a threat whenever he gets the ball, and his movement's been...
Oh, hang on, Stuart. Big chance here. Who can they pick out? Oh, a really good header. But the goalkeeper there. And a fine cross. Well, far from the ideal header. The inside route looking promising. Oh, good work to deny the opportunity. Determined defending. Well, doesn't have to do it on his own. Takes the shot. Well, that's how to hit them. Not quite accurate. Berisha. Real chance. And a goal! 1-0 it is. They've been pushing for the opener, and now they have it.
It's another one of those goals we concede just about every other week. We win the ball off them, they somehow manage to win it right back, and then they find the striker in that little bit of space, and he just takes a second and fires it into the bottom corner.
Well, here we can see it again, and he does so well to skip beyond the defender. It just buys him that bit of time to get his shot away. That's a really nice goal.
And it always happens so quickly, we can't react to it in time. Maybe that's on me.
Mo Salah. Oh, there it is! A back and forth sort of match. Now they're level again. The lead lasted nearly minutes.
Well, here's the replay, and you see it was a good finish. But the keeper at his near post has to do a lot better. He's got to have that near post covered for me.
Yeah, I thought he was going to save it. I only shot because I didn't think I had any other option. I wasn't expecting to score.
Takes it on. Oh, tremendous the attempt to nudge in front. And there we have it, the half-time whistle. Well, not quite the performance we were expecting. As it stands, it looks like the battle for...
Bit of a frustrating half, as it's clearly one team in it, dominated, 57% possession, but we go in at 1-1. We'll see what happens in the second half.
Elliott. Could be dangerous. Oh, good save. And nicely struck. Well, the action on EA TV and Premier League action coming up. It's Liverpool facing
Big
Fulham.
moment here, Derek.
Oh, tremendous save. Gakpo. Mo Salah. Can he put them in front? Yes is the emphatic answer. And you have to say it was on the cards.
I know, it's another chip goal.
Well, that's a cute finish. He just gets his toe underneath the ball and lifts it over the keeper. It's a good bit of skill and an excellent goal.
It is a really nice goal though, just the passing and then the cheeky little finish. What else was he supposed to do?
Mo Salah. Realising that it might be opening up on the opposite flank. Oh, might be. Oh, it's not. Trying to open them up. And the goalkeeper. They are making headway, but really they need a goal with time not on their side. This could level it. Well, offside here. Such a pity for them. Chance was on.
Not gonna lie, I did panic a little bit when I saw him going through. I thought he was onside and I was sure they were going to equalise, but thankfully he was offside.
There goes the final whistle, and it doesn't get much better than this for them, Stuart, in the group stage. Top spot is theirs.
Well, over the course of this group, they've been the best team. They've played some attractive football, they've worked hard to win the ball back, and they deserve to be top dogs.
Took a bit of a risk because we took Van Dijk off with about 20 minutes left, but it worked out okay, and there wasn't much going on in the last kind of 20 minutes. We did have a free kick that Salah hit straight into the wall, so I didn't bother including that in the highlights. But yeah, pretty dominant display from us. The scoreline was a bit tighter than we would have liked, but a win's a win, and the win gets us top spot in the group. But moving on to the next one, and that is Fulham with their starting lineup, which is Leno, Tete, Diop, Tosin, Toure, Palhinha, Reed, Iwobi, Andreas, Willian and Raul Jimenez up top. And their tactical vision is kick and rush. Literally don't know what to say about this anymore. We'll just move on to our team, which I think will only be making one change, as Konate looks pretty fatigued and everyone else looks okay. So Kwanzaa will come on for him. Then a few changes to the bench just to freshen those guys up as well, which I've done off camera. Which is Doak, Matip and Bradley on for Nunez, Konate and Tsimikas. Into the game. It was quite a sloppy first half from us, to be honest. We finally got through and Salah was able to score there, but I'll show you in the replay that it's pretty poor from Leno, to be honest. Win the ball back, plays a nice ball in, another nice ball in. Leno's kind of in no man's land, so Salah just puts it down the middle. But yeah, our pass accuracy was pretty poor, I felt. Seemed like we were constantly giving the ball away until we got that second goal, which was a nice little ball, defence splitting ball from Diaz to Jota, which made it 2-0 just before half time. So, nice little goal there. But yeah, Fulham had the better of the possession, and our pass accuracy was 85%, which I couldn't believe because it felt like we were just giving it away every other pass just about. But yeah, 3 shots to their 4. Pretty poor first half, really. Just our 2 decent passages of plays resulted into goals. I played a bit better in the second half in terms of possession, but stopped the silly mistakes and stuff, but couldn't really create anything. Fulham were solid and closed us down on every time we entered the final third. Most of the second half we had to just sit and defend as they kept coming at us, but we limited them to half chances and held on for the clean sheet. So yeah, a win's a win, like we said at the end of the last game. A win's a win. Yeah, 3 shots is what we had at half time, so we never even managed a shot in the second half, but we held on for the win, so that's all that matters. Now, one thing we forgot to mention last time when we were putting the youngsters up for loan is we forgot about Nalo. So we have since put him up for loan, and we have received an offer for him as well, so he's just negotiating terms with them. Gordon still hasn't received any offers, but Kumas and Williams both received a couple. Kumas has accepted a short-term loan to Brøndby, whereas Williams has accepted a 2-year loan to Stade Reims. And we've already had the cutscene where they say goodbye to the departing player, even though they're not leaving till January. So just one of those things EA put in the game as a cool little feature, but didn't really think it through properly. But anyway, moving on, we have received an email saying Robertson is available for selection again after his injury. But again, another stupid thing, after 0 weeks out injured. I don't think he was out for 0 weeks, it was like 4. But EA, get your act together, get that sorted. Stupid little things like that just really annoy me. But anyway, moving on to the Sheffield United game and their starting lineup, which is Fotheringham, Bogle, Robinson, Ahmed Hodzic, Trusty, Norrington Davis, Hammer, Vinny Souza, Davies, Archer and McBurney are the 2 men up top, and their tactical vision is standard. I actually kind of forgot this was one of the tactical styles, but we've actually faced it a couple times this season, right at the start, against Chelsea and Bournemouth. But basically they'll adapt their tactics to the game as it plays out. They'll either wait and counter, or they'll keep possession and wait for an opening. All just depends really how their opponents play. But yeah, on to our team, which will need a few changes as Van Dijk is pretty fatigued, and seeing it as it is Sheffield United, should be okay to miss 1 game. Put Simicas on for Gomez. Just thinking about the next game as well, because the games are coming thick and fast. We'll get Robertson back on the bench. Hopefully we can feature him a little bit. Put Bradley on for Trent, as he was pretty badly fatigued, and then I think the rest of the team should be okay. Thought we'd give Matip some game time as well, just once in a while, doesn't hurt. But yeah, still a pretty strong team, just a few changes to the defence. And we also switched Matip and Konate around just for preferences, no real reason, none that I can give you anyway. Anyway, into the game. We weren't really having any trouble at all, just patiently playing before the offside goal, and then after the offside goal it was much the same. We just kept patiently playing, trying to work an opening, and then a couple of poor passes to the wrong players, and there's one from Matip, and McBurney managed to counter, and then they cut us open and score. So that was a bit frustrating, as they hadn't really been in the game. But then after that goal, it was much the same as it was before the goal. We were just patiently playing our stuff, trying to wait for an opening. They dominated possession for a little bit, and then eventually we were able to get the equaliser through Salah, which is a rare right-footed strike from him. So in this game and the last couple of games, doesn't seem to be much cohesion in the final third. But despite that, we did manage to get that goal just before half-time. But yeah, we've only managed that one shot, not counting the offside goal, obviously. So they edged it in that first half. Second half, still a bit of a struggle, but we made some changes, and almost instantly we had an impact from Elliott and Gakpo as he chips the ball there. I know I said I'd stop the chip goals. I'm really trying, but when an opportunity like that arises, I just can't help myself. So we'll work on it. Yeah, this goal I just have no explanation for. That's just the game being stupid. Keeper should really be saving that. I'd be raging if I conceded it. That is one I feel like I would concede. And that one, the one chance they get, McBurney fires it in, and in real life I really don't think McBurney would ever score a goal like that. That was a quality strike into the corner, but this isn't real life, so I guess we can't complain. But yeah, we subbed Robbo on for a bit of game time towards the end, and then Bradley did great in winning that ball back and launching the counter and got us up the other end, and Gakpo scored to secure the win, make it 4-2. So yeah, the game was way more difficult than it should have been. I mean, the scoreline in the end is 4-2 is kind of a dominant scoreline, but it was a much more difficult game than it should have been. But a win is a win. We've said that a few times already today. Just before we get into the Palace game, I thought I'd give a little update on the youth players up for loan. And Nalo has now accepted his short-term loan, so he'll be off in January. And Gordon, poor guy, still without an offer, so we'll see what happens with him. But on to the Palace game and their starting lineup, which is Henderson, Munoz, Anderson, Gehi, Lerma, Mitchell, Riedewald, Hughes, Eze, Elise, and Edouard is their striker. And their tactical vision is kick and rush. Good form they're in as well. Our starting lineup is going to be, I think we're just going to stick with the usual current strongest, minus Robertson, as he's still getting back to full match sharpness, so he will return to the bench. But aside from that, that will be our starting lineup. So I thought we started really well actually, and then Elise trying to get through, but stop him with Van Dijk, and unfortunately they win the ball right back off us, and we know what usually happens after that. Elise hitting it with the outside of his boot there, squeezing it in the bottom corner. Alisson really should have saved it, but we move, and then we played okay again after that goal, but then they managed to counter and got a cross in, and Edouard was far quicker to react than anyone else. Defence was sleeping. Kanate really should have done better, but credit to Edouard, it was a good take and a good finish. And Alisson maybe should have done better for that one as well. But we pushed, and then finally, after a bit of determination there from Diaz, he managed to score a quality goal, striking it in from the edge of the box into the far corner to make it 2-1. And then a wee bit later on, after a bit of back and forth, Salah managed to release Jota on the breakaway, and he really should have scored, but I was kind of caught in two minds what to do. But fortunately Diaz was there at the back post to tap it in for 2-2 just before half time. So it was frustrating to have conceded the 2 goals early on, but happy that we were able to get back into it and go in at half time at 2-2. As you can see there, Palace obviously edged it on possession, but we had more chances. So yeah, frustrating start, but happy to have got back in level. And every time an opponent gets a bit of space in and around the box, they just manage to score. It seems every time, a little bit of space and they'll fire it into one of the corners, which Edward did there, so that's quite annoying. And then we actually dominated for a bit at 3-2, pushing for the equaliser. But then this happened. What is Alisson doing? It was on his little breakaway as well. It's like our defence just lose all their pace, and then he makes a save, but what is he doing? What am I meant to do when Alisson performs like this? But anyway, we managed to get Salah up the wing at one point. I think we'd made the changes before that. I can't quite remember. But we'd taken Kanate off, put Gomez in the middle and got Robertson on at the left. So we managed to finally keep hopes alive with a goal from Salah there, and then into injury time, kept probing and probing. McAllister plays a ball for Jota, who turns Anderson and managed to get some space and fires it into the bottom corner to make it 4-4. We really dominated the last 15 minutes, pushing for that equaliser, and finally we were able to get it there with Jota. So you can see again, he just turns, leaves Anderson in his dust, works the space and fires it into the corner. So yeah, there was still a minute left of time after that goal as well, and Palace almost scored again, so I probably would have cried if they did. But yeah, very frustrating game, but managed to get the equaliser. What a relief as well to get that equaliser in the last minute and salvage a draw, because we just edged on possession at the end as well. Fairly even game, so a draw is a fair result. Just frustrating that we conceded the goals that we did, but at least we stuck in it and got the equaliser. Now on to our final Europa League group game, which is against Toulouse. But first I just thought I'd mention that Union actually beat Toulouse 1-0 in the previous round of fixtures, which means both teams have still got everything to play for if they want to have European football after Christmas, as third place does drop down into the Conference League, so either team could grab that spot. So Toulouse will be up for this game, but saying that, it is a bit of a free hit for us, but their team is Restes, Costa, Nicolaisen, Mawissa, Abuklal, Sierro, Gelabert, Gboho, Magri, Babica and Dillinga up top, and their tactical vision is kick and rush. But like I said, it is a bit of a free hit for us, so we're going to be making a full 11 changes, which I'm just kind of rushing through here so as to not waste too much time. So yeah, we'll be getting a full 11 changes, a few youngsters on the bench as well. So the usual suspects up top, Gakpo and Nunez, Doak up there as well. I think Matip and Kwanzaa will be the centre backs. We'll get Clark on the bench along with McConnell, and I think that'll just about do it. Kelleher will be in goals. Dan's on the bench as well. So, into the game. So we actually dominated the early stages, and after a couple of attempts we got the goal. A wee deflection meant it was an easy finish for Darwin, so that was a wee bit lucky. Toulouse came into it a little bit, had a spell of possession but didn't really do anything with it. We would win the ball back periodically and launch counters, and then eventually Gravenberg, playing it through for Gakpo, got us the second. Cheeky little nutmeg as well, which I'll show a couple of replays for. Lovely little ball through, and just through the legs. Naughty, naughty. So went in 2-0 at half time and just edged it on possession, but there's clearly more attempts from us. The second half they started a bit better, but they got through and goal and probably could have scored there if not for a last ditch tackle from Kwanzaa. And we quickly regained control and Doak came close again, but still hasn't been able to score. Made a few subs, had a little back and forth, made our last sub, which was Diaz, and had an instant impact with his first touch, heading that ball into the goal. I think it was actually credited as an own goal, because I think Abouklal kicks it off the keeper when he's trying to clear it off the line. So yeah, that one goes down as an own goal. So we see here on the next replay, Abouklal tries to clear it, kicks it off the keeper. So no goal for Diaz, but an instant impact. But yeah, happy with the performance, delighted with the clean sheet, because they really didn't have any real chances whatsoever. So if we'd conceded a goal, that would have been really annoying. But yeah, only one team in it, dominated possession, way more shots, a few more passes. So yeah, happy with that. And I think Union actually managed to beat Lask 3-1 as well. So in doing so, they snatched third place from Toulouse. Toulouse were first on the opening game week of the Europa League, but after the final game they finished bottom and are out of the European competitions altogether. Now Gakpo is saying that he's been playing pretty well lately, so he's looking for a start against Man United, but his fitness is an issue as he just played the Europa League game and Jota will be fresher, but along with that Jota is also in good form as well, so there's no need to drop him. So we've told him that there are bigger games coming up, which is technically true as we do have Arsenal next week and they are top of the table, so that's kind of a bigger game, but he probably won't be featuring in that one either. Well, he might from the bench, but that's not the point. Anyway, the Man United starting 11 will be Onana, Wan-Bissaka, Martinez, Varane, Malacia, Casemiro, Menu, Antony, Bruno Fernandes, Rashford and Højlund up top, with their tactical vision being a standard, which we have seen a couple times now, but it's still nicer to see this than it is to see counter-attack or kick and rush. Our starting lineup is going to be our traditional strongest 11, with Robertson coming back in, Gomez going in at the middle, and Konate dropping to the bench.
Was a fascinating confrontation. Liverpool, who dominated English football in the 70s and 80s, against Manchester United, who rather knocked them off their perch in the 90s and the 2000s. Andrew Robertson. Plenty of support here. Robertson. Fine cross into the middle. The ball more than decently, but can they take the lead? Superb stop. Oh, disappointing clearance. Can he put them in front? Oh, a fantastic save. But the offside flag has gone up and it grinds to a halt. Marcus Rashford. The cross is on. Oh, a very fine going forward well here. Crossing possibilities, giving it a try, not testing the keeper at all with that.
I can't wait for that one to come round.
Well, lovely work to get past his man. Decides to shoot. Oh, that's a fine save.
Thought it interesting that Varane and Martinez were shown there on the camera because they were like a brick wall in that first half. It was a bit of a strange game really. I didn't feel like we were outplayed, but we couldn't really get through them. And they had a fair few chances, so they could clearly got through us a few times. But yeah, strange game.
And teammates to play it to. And he's outdone himself. Wonderful save. He's driven in the corner. And a goal! United forge ahead in the derby. And that has silenced the majority in here.
Well, here's the replay. It's certainly a well-delivered ball into the area. And then what a great finish as well. Good connection with the ball, leaving the keeper with little chance. It's a great goal.
It's another goal that I think Alisson should be saving. Looks like it goes right over his head.
Luis Diaz. And this is Diogo Jota now. Excellent ball over the top. Well, not allowed to continue. He had drifted into the offside position.
Well, if he takes a step back to the ball and then...
And a strong tackle. Oh, it's it!
At this point, I very nearly rage quitted.
And that might be the goal that clinches it for them. No looking back now, surely.
So I don't really know what I was doing with Robertson. I kind of got desperate and started to try to do some skill move for whatever reason, but obviously it's Robertson, so that got snuffed out quickly, and then from that they countered.
Well, I won't get tired of watching this. It's an outstanding bit of play. Just look how far he runs with the ball. That's a great goal.
And a tidy challenge. And he's beaten him here. Must be. And what a magic... Can he deliver it with accuracy? An alert reaction. And so the referee brings this match to an end, and Liverpool have lost. That's the big story from their angle. What did you make of it?
Well, Derek, I thought it was a subpar performance from them. Just didn't look as sharp as normal, and I don't think they deserved anything from the game. They need to get a better performance in next time out.
Spot on once again, Stuart. Like I said earlier, it was a really strange game. It didn't feel like we were outplayed or that they would lose the game, but once they got that goal, it was like, how are we going to get back into this? Because we just couldn't create anything. The second half kind of flew by and the game got away from us. They countered for the second to wrap it up near the end, so yeah, really strange. It was the first game we failed to score in as well, so raging, but got to move on to the next one. And the next one is Arsenal, who are top of the table, so it could end up being a difficult week to end the episode. But first, let's see what happens with the starting lineup for Arsenal, which is Ramsdale, White, Saliba, Timber, Zinchenko, Rice, Odegaard, Thomas Partey, Saka, Jesus and Martinelli. Interesting that Timber's playing instead of Gabriel. But anyway, their tactical vision is Gegenpress, which is just like City and ourselves, so we'll need to be careful not to let them dominate us like City did in the second half of the main event last week. So hopefully it's a different end to the episode. Our starting lineup, we're just going to go with the same team as last week, give them a chance to redeem themselves after that poor performance. It could completely backfire, but let's hope not. Let's get into the game.
Two proud clubs with histories of achievement. It's going to be fascinating to see how this one goes. Liverpool against Arsenal here at Anfield. You're watching EA TV. The heavens have opened and there is absolutely no let-up on the rain front here at Anfield. Van Dijk plays alongside Joe Gomez in central defence, and leading the line today is Diogo Jota. Oh, did so well to... Pulls it back. Crucial piece of defending. Well, the keeper inside Declan Rice in central midfield, and the centrepiece of the attack today is Gabriel. Rice, and he takes it on. Well, the goalkeeper to light up any game, I think it's fair to say, Stuart.
Well, Derek, he's a great all-round player, but it's his ability to run in behind...
Oh, look at this, Stuart, an opportunity, and a goal it is. No long wait for the opener today.
Arsenal were really piling the pressure on there, so the goal came at a brilliant time.
Well, here's the goal again, and it's a great ball to put him through. Good vision to set up the chance, and then the shot could not be hit any better. Struck with such venom. Great goal.
I was kind of surprised at how much time and space we had there as well.
Gabriel Jesus. And still looking for space. Well, somehow the goal. And it's Gabriel Jesus. Oh, could be. In it goes to square the game. What a contest this is turning out to be.
Partey? Really?
Well, let's take another look, and it's a very good goal. And they deserve it, you have to say. They've been excellent.
Yeah, they have been good, to be fair, and it's a decent goal. It's kind of like one of the Alvarez goals last week, but Partey? Really?
Showing a lot of guile there. It's still alive. And the keeper won't be complaining about that cross. And Liverpool might be able to cash in. Well, they had a decent reading of that ball in. Can they forge ahead? Still a chance. Whistles out. Trying to open up the defence. Some of the fans are screaming, have a go. Could take the lead. Can he get the shot off?
This was just poor decision after poor decision. Really should have done better with that breakaway.
Could be. Oh, he couldn't outwit the keeper. Good weight on that pass. Well, the referee trying to play advantage there, but it wasn't forthcoming. Oh, that's a fine pass. A really good pass. And a fine cross. And a goal it is to put them in front again. No less than they deserve.
That whole passage of play, I thought the ref was going to blow for half-time. From the free kick onwards, I just thought it's going to blow for half-time. So I kept hesitating, and then putting the ball in, I thought he might have been offside.
Well, here's the replay, and what a well-delivered cross this is. Perfectly placed, and it ends up with a fairly simple finish. Certainly not much the goalkeeper can do about that.
But he's onside, and the goal stands. It's 3 minutes into added on time when there was only one that was given, so a wee bit controversial. Going into half-time with the lead at 2-1. Arsenal clearly edging it. We've got a bit more possession, double the shots, a few more passes as well, and their accuracy is quite a bit better, but they have dominated. Like, they obviously dominated the opening 15, but we got that goal just to ease the pressure a little bit. They got the goal back quickly, but then getting that goal on the stroke of half-time puts us in a good place going into the second half. So we've not been outplayed particularly, they've just had a lot of the ball.
And a fine tackle. Good idea. Timber. And he's lost custody of the ball here. Bukayo Saka. Who can he pick out? Oh, how about that for a tackle? Diaz. And they deal with the threat this time. Alexander-Arnold. And the cross into the middle. Appeared to be in two minds. Oh, a moment of pure class! Had to catch it perfectly, and didn't he just?
Well, I don't think he needed to catch it perfectly. Ramsdale came running out, leaving the goal gaping, so he just had to get it on target.
As you can see, he gets everything right here. What a skillful volley that is.
We were really piling on the pressure there all the way since the start of the second half, so if we hadn't scored there, I think we might have lived to regret it.
Cutting the ball back. Oh, tremendous. As a reminder, we have more absorbing action from the Premier League coming your way here on EA TV. It's Liverpool facing Burnley. Can he take advantage? Oh, a superb save. Trying to open up the defence. Salah. Can he put it away? And that is how to block. Oh, that is a majestic goal! Volleyed home with precision and style. Superbly done.
Well, here it is again, and the defending simply isn't good enough. They have to react quicker, deal with the danger, and show more urgency, none of which they did, and that's the result.
Really liked that run from Salah, and the pass from Jota was brilliant too. And then when he messed up, he won the ball back, it just popped up, so I just thought, why not? And it went in the bottom corner.
Martinelli. And the keeper more than equal to... And a time for calm on the ball. Shot attempted. And he's kept... Zinchenko. Rice. And goes for goal! Robertson. Has eyes for goal. And pushed... Can he finish? Able to get the opportunity. Fine cross into the middle. Oh, good save. Arsenal being afforded too much room. Well, given the position he found himself in, he really should be...
So I always thought we could win the game. I just wasn't sure we'd win by that margin. So that was a bit of a surprise. But yeah, we had a good performance from Alisson for once, which was nice to see. Aside from the goal, which was right in the corner, you couldn't do much about. He saved everything. At 4-1 it was fairly comfortable. I mean, if they'd got a goal back early, it might have been a different story, but as the game went on, we grew more confident. We even brought Konate on to see out the game. But yeah, Arsenal still had more possession, but it was definitely a more even game in the end, and we put our chances away. And after the United game, it was like a statement to say, that was just a blip. We're still here, so you better watch out, because we just beat the league leaders pretty comfortably. But yeah, that's us in 6th now, out of reach of 7th, and within touching distance of the Champions League spots. So that'll do it for this week. Hope to see you in the next one, and thanks for watching.